complained about the investigations of his businesses that the federal government was doing at the time. The Biden administration views me as the number 2 threat after Trump. I can't be president, but I can help Trump defeat Biden, and I will, he added. And the rest is tragic history. The richest person in the world poured money into a presidential campaign, more money than anyone else in the history of political contributions. And he did it to end the investigations that the federal government was aiming at his business activities. And of course, Donald Trump ended those investigations because you get what you pay for with Donald Trump, especially if you're the richest person in the world. The worldwide cruelty campaign launched by Elon Musk and Donald Trump now includes deporting people who have never committed a crime to countries where they have never lived and do not speak the language. Elon Musk seems to believe that cruelty is the antidote to empathy, which he considers a great human weakness. Elon Musk told the comedian Joe Rogan, quote, "The fundamental weakness of Western civilization is empathy." Abraham Lincoln did not know that. Abraham Lincoln believed he should govern with empathy. So did Franklin Delano Roosevelt. So did most presidents, some better than others. It was empathy coupled with geopolitical and public health wisdom that led President George W. Bush to create the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, which saved 26 million lives in Africa alone before Elon Musk decided those lives were not worth saving.
Has anyone in the world died because of what Elon Musk did?
Listen,
yes or no, reclaiming my time. If you won't answer, that's a loud answer.
No one has died because of USAID.
The people who have died as a result of cutting off the oxygen of a woman in Burma and denying HIV/AIDS treatment to those in Africa. They are dead now at the hands of Elon Musk and his co-conspirators.
This is why I'm introducing the Rubio Act. So you focus on the one job that the Senate gave you to serve as our Secretary of State because you are clearly distracted. Okay? After the last few months, I understand why President Trump has such colorful nicknames for you. You're obedient. You're following the rules. You will do anything the president tells you to do without regard for the law, the Constitution, America's security, or standing as a leader in the world. Unlike you, I do not fear crossing Donald Trump. I refuse to give up on these children.
Marco Rubio did not tell the truth to the committee, and the proof that he was not telling the truth is that he has changed his story after that testimony. The Washington Post fact-checked Marco Rubio's testimony, saying, "There is no dispute that people have died because the Trump administration abruptly suspended foreign aid. One might quibble over whether tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands have died." In his testimony, Secretary of State Rubio tried to contradict reporting from Africa from the New York Times' Nicholas Kristof. Nicholas Kristof responded to Rubio's testimony, writing in the New York Times, "Let me help Rubio with the truth. Meet Evan Anzu, a 5-year-old boy who was born with HIV in South Sudan. I mentioned Evan in a column in March from South Sudan. This was a child as precious as yours or mine. Evan's life was in our hands, and for 5 years, America kept him alive with antiretroviral medicines costing less than 12 cents a day through the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, or PEPFAR. This was a program started by President George W. Bush and has saved more than 26 million lives so far, and it turned the tide of AIDS around the world and built enormous goodwill toward the United States. Then along came President Trump and his freeze on most humanitarian aid in January. How could a 5-year-old orphan possibly obtain medicine on his own? Evan weakened and soon died of an opportunistic infection. Marco Rubio told the House committee, "No children are dying on my watch." Evan died on his watch. Evans of all ages are dying on Marco Rubio's watch, and no one is counting. And so we don't know as of tonight whether it's tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of Evans, but we know it will be. In a New York Times column titled, quote, "Elon Musk's legacy is disease, starvation, and death. Michelle Goldberg reports. Brooke Nichols, an associate professor of global health at Boston University, has estimated that these cuts have already resulted in about 300,000 deaths, most of them of children, and will most likely lead to significantly more by the end of the year. This is what Musk's foray into politics accomplished. If there were justice in the world, Musk would never be able to repair his reputation, at least not without devoting the bulk of his fortune to easing the misery he's engendered. Musk's sojourn in government has revealed severe flaws in his character, a blithe, dehumanizing cruelty, and a deadly incuriosity. Bill Gates has seen starving children in Africa many, many times and has devoted his life and his billions to trying to save them, which makes Bill Gates' verdict on the current richest person in the world so important and powerful. Bill Gates, the former richest person in the world, said, "The picture of the world's richest man killing the world's poorest children is not a pretty one. And the picture of the richest person in the world carrying around his drug box of ecstasy, Adderall, psychedelic mushrooms, and then taking life-saving drugs away from the poorest people in the world is a picture only Donald Trump could have created." And with Elon Musk and Donald Trump, soulless, mindless entities are what you see. We'll be right back.